We recently had a conversation with Charlie Kirk, and everyone loved this part of the podcast. I got to ask you, is it ever acceptable for a girl to pay on the first date? Or should a guy always pay on the first date?
I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't bother me either way. I grew, the Ramsey women that grew up in my house, my daughters, are massively competent and confident, and they would not be freaked out one way or the other. They wouldn't bother them one way or the other, which is really what I would want for them. But what I did find out is I've got two absolutely incredible sons-in-law. Both of them are just studs. And I used to say I hit the son-in-law lottery, and I quit saying that. I didn't hit the son-in-law lottery. We taught those girls how to pick. And we ran off some losers and explained to them why they were leaving. No, you can't. You're done. You're done. You just move on. And
you would encourage that?
Oh no, I did it. I said you're done.
And up until what age?
Oh, well, they were in high school, but I mean, I'm teaching these girls, what do you want in a husband? Don't date somebody.
How do they obey you, though? I feel like in high school,
they
they'd
have a
be
choice.
rebellious.
They live in my house and eat my food.
Wouldn't that make them better at sneaking off? And
It could. But basically, we not only ran them off, we told them why. Okay. We told them why.
What were the reasons why?
Look, this is the trajectory this guy's on.
How did you know that?
Well, when you're talking to him, you can see. I mean, he's smoking a lot of pot. He's not going to make it. It's not going to work out. And so, never seen a successful pothead. I've known a bunch of them, but I've never seen one. And so, except at smoking pot. And so, no, you're not going out with Bobby. Bobby's a pothead. So, 3 weeks later, Bobby ran his car in the ditch and would have hurt my daughter, would have been sitting there, and that true story that happened. And so everybody's pissed. Bobby's mother's pissed. My wife was a little pissed. My daughter was certainly pissed, but Bobby ain't coming. We're done. So anyway, we went through all that thing to say,
where are you now, Bobby?
Where
are you
Where
now?
is
Bobby's
Bobby now?
a crypto millionaire now,
I changed his name. That's not. I changed his name. That's not his name. Yeah, he made all his money in cannabis. But anyway, what character qualities do you want in Prince Charming? Because that's going to be your husband, and you're going to spend a long time with them. Who do you want in a man? What are you looking for? And I think our daughters would tell you that they would want a relationship where they had a vote, where they could bring their competency to the table. And we've got a partnership here. It's not the man telling the woman what to do, because that ain't going to fly with my kids. I can tell you that. It doesn't fly with their mother either. So we're going to have a partnership. You're going to trust my competency and I'm going to trust yours. And then we're going to join together and we're going to serve each other. Now, what does that say about who pays for the first date, money on the first date? Probably says the guy is, because he's probably wanting to serve this princess. This is his queen. He wants to serve her. He wants to love her well. He wants to do something for her. But it's not an obligation. It comes out of his character, probably. But if he doesn't, it probably doesn't disqualify him. I wouldn't run a guy off because he didn't pay for the first date. I wouldn't have done that. But I would run one off for character qualities. They're, lack of integrity, and you have a known reputation. And we're not trying to use our daughters to fix the world. That's not what we're doing. No.
Should a man pay on the first date?
100%. What kind of a wuss beta male is splitting the check? But, who are you? Do you agree with me?
Listen, with Macy, I paid for the check.
On the first?
Yeah, on the first.
It's I'm just sorry. It's I would go into debt and scrub dishes before a woman paid for it.
It wasn't. Let's see.
What is this?
So,
Jack?
didn't you go on a date years ago, a decade ago, with this woman whose mom gave you $20 to take her to the movie theater?
Yes. Yeah, I made money on that date, actually.
Oh, so there's a good financial deal for you.
Explain how you made money on a date.
That sounds different, though. That's not what we're talking about, though.
Yeah. Her mom gave her, and by the way, this was in high school.
Okay, so that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about 24 years old, serious dating, right?
I split the check quite a lot.
So I'm sorry. I don't mean to offend you. You guys are great. That's incomprehensible to me. I think that's...
To me, I thought it was a great financial decision.
Okay, so from your prism, I totally get that. And you have really good financial discipline. I'm sorry. Like I would be so humiliated if
I'm
Dude,
more
didn't-
with
no,
you
no.
on
I mean,
that.
it's like I
I
find
did
that to be
not
like the
care.
greatest beta male like
to
humiliation.
save money.
To like the idea that a woman that you're trying to court. Now, if it's like a friend thing or
as a first date, you don't even know if
it
she's
doesn't
like
matter.
the qualities
It does
are
not
worth.
matter. I'm sorry.
I see.
By the way, that money you save is not worth the honor that you compromise.
It is such a big deal.
It's a massive deal. I'm not trying to give it a hard
But
time.
no,
I don't know.
But
I'm
here,
sorry.
but,
I'm not
but here's the thing. No, in fairness, for your point with
Yes.
Macy, I paid for the whole first date.
well,
and
hold
we're
on. Why'd you
married
do
now.
that one though?
I think I was at that point. I was at a level where like that felt like the right choice to make. But throughout my early 20s,
Was it because
I
you
was
felt more
hyper-
serious with her or
I was also in a point where I was ready to be able to like,
financially?
yes,
Legit. I
Where
get that.
Early
Okay.
20s, like
I still think you should.
saving $5 here and there, I would do it. I would go
Okay,
to
so
great.
you're manic with saving money.
I am.
We have Blake on my team is like you. He goes and he'll eat like the snacks for lunch to save money here at
You know, it's funny. I brought food from home.
No, that's
today.
by the way,
And coffee from home.
frugality is a virtue.
Yeah.
So we as Christians believe that there is an order of virtues, and above frugality is honor, and so we as men must lead. We must provide. Under no circumstance ever should a man ever let a woman pay for a date, or you should
Ever?
split ever. No circumstance.
Even on the third, fourth, fifth.
What if it's
What?
the
No,
first
no, a
date
woman
and you're
should
just
never
not
pay
into
for
it?
anything.
Okay, well let me.
Period.
Well, let me. Okay, so
what kind of world are we living in?
Well, hold on a second. I agree with you. If I'm dating a girl, I would pay for everything.
Everything.
Yeah, everything. However, I could see for other people that might be in a different financial position, you know, you pay for 10 dates and then she's like, you know what, I want to treat you.
Well, that's
I think that's so
that's
sweet,
totally different. No, what we're what we're talking about is like, oh, we're gonna alternate. Like, well, once you're serious and she wants to take you out to something for a nice dinner, and you might, by the way, if you have the intent to marry, you're already like kind of blending finances. Like, I get that psychologically, but like if you're like, oh, we'll take turns. Like, oh, well, you know, you pay this time, I pay this time.
What's your advice to a girl who the guy she's currently seeing, he says that?
Oh, do not marry that man.
But here's the thing. I feel like they should always
break
That's
offer.
Great.
But they should offer. They should pull out the credit card.
The woman, of course, not.
Just to offer.
No.
It's a nice gesture.
No. By the way, no. This is feminism. Feminism is that you have to be this like self-independent. This is not a nice gesture. It's you trying to be like egalitarian. No. You as woman should want to be provided for. In fact, you should have an expectation that you as a woman are so important and so critical and so necessary and beautiful that it shouldn't even be a question that if you're in a date, now if it's a business lunch or like friend zone stuff, 50-50. We're not talking about that, right? Like it's all of a sudden you're like, hey, I want to buy insurance or like, you know, you're going to, you know, I want to go do business. Like, it's totally different. I still think the man should pay, but that's that.
But see, to me, when I was dating, it would be a huge turnoff if the check comes and she just looks at it and then looks at me and looks at the check.
I totally disagree.
I at least want to see like I'm reaching for something and I'm like,
no.
Don't worry.
I want a woman that wants to be led by a man. I don't want a woman that's all of a sudden going to be competing financially in a marriage. I don't want a woman that's going to be like, oh, you know, questioning financial decisions, or a woman that's going to be like all of a sudden, no, the man is the leader of the household. The man is the leader of all the financial decisions. The man is the primary, should be the primary provider. Again, there's exception to this. That's all. Oh, Charlie, you're so sexist. Sorry, it worked for 2,000 years, for 5,000 years, and it should work again. And by the way, what we're doing right now is not working. Let me just repeat again. This is not working. And I'm not trying to like bash you. Like, this is fun. It's in really good spirit.
No, I love the
right?
banter.
No, it's great. But like this idea, if a woman on a date were to pull out a credit card to go pay for something, like I would be like, oh, so you're like one of those boss babes.
No, that's not what that's saying. Though.
100%
That's
it is. Yes,
that
it
is no, that is completely
such a
missing.
catastrophic turnoff.
I think no. I think if I'm on a date and she reaches for it, like I just think, oh, that's really nice. You're trying to be kind here. You're trying to alleviate what you perceive to be a financial burden on me.
That's
and
a generous interpretation.
And so,
but bringing
obviously
something to the table.
Yeah, and so
it's
I think
I'm not just
women
here for
are
a
not
free
bringing money
meal.
to the table. That they're bringing something else.
It's a nice gesture.
I agree with Graham. I think it's a nice gesture. However, I agree with you. I think the guy should pay.
I think the woman going into that should have an expectation that the man takes care of her.
But should she be grateful if the guy takes
100%.
Oh, okay. Because
it should be immense
expecting
gratitude. No. The woman should be. You know what she should say? She's like, "Thank you so much for doing that and not having to put this unnecessary pressure on me because you've just freed me." That's what women want, by the way.
Freed me?
100%.
I would say to run.
No.
For like what? A number 2 at Red
By the way,
Robin?
do you know how many women are secretly miserable that they have to be as financially successful as men? A lot. Like a lot. It drives them insane. Deep down, a lot of women want to be mothers. They want to be wives.
I tend to agree with that.
Yeah, not every woman, by the way. If you want to go be a boss babe, go do that. Like, it's a free society. There's a lot of great people to do that. But generally, we have overcorrected. Okay, we have a lot of women that deep down want to go be moms, and they would love to have their man come in and just grab the check, and be like, "No, I got it." And by the way, you know what they see that as a signal? It's going to be okay. When the bullets start firing and there's chaos and things start falling apart, this man is going to protect the family. Boom. Throw
Wallet on the
credit card.
table.
Wallet on the table. No, even better. No.
Paying 26%
No.
interest on
It's
that.
got to be even more alpha. You go to the waiter before the meal and you just give him the credit card. It's not even a conversation. It's paid for. It's done. Like, you don't even allow it to be a thing that is introduced there.
If you've ever been denied a car loan, credit card, or even an apartment because of what's on your credit report, you are not alone. Most people don't even know what's hurting their credit score, let alone how to fix it. That is exactly where our sponsor DisputeBeast comes in. It's an AI-powered platform that helps you find and remove outdated or inaccurate items from your credit report fast.
We're talking things like late payments, old accounts and collections, or even accounts that don't belong to you. Not to mention, how it works is super easy. You connect your credit report and DisputeBeast scans it for negative marks that could be dragging down your score. Then it generates custom dispute letters tailored for your situation, no templates and no guesswork.
You could choose to just download the data and send it to the agencies yourself, or you can use their built-in mail service where they will literally handle everything for you.
It's honestly just really clean and simple to use, and it's built by experts.
So if you're ready to take back control of your credit, go to disputebeast.com/ICH today. There's also a link down below in the description, disputebeast.com/ICH. Guys, they will literally handle everything for you. If you're dissatisfied with your credit, they will do all of the research, let you know what's going wrong, and they will fight for you. disputebeast.com/ICH. Thank you so much to DisputeBeast for sponsoring this clip.